Jeremy Hill. How you doing today?
Good. Glad to be here.
Look, man, we're glad to have you at the NFL Media Studios. I know a lot has been going on since the playoff game, the disappointment, losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers. How has the team dealt with the disappointment from that playoff game?
I think we've dealt with it great. I think, everyone came back to OTAs locked in, ready to go. Especially on offense, where with the new offensive coordinator, guys knew that we had to step up, especially losing two big pieces in Mosanu and Marvin Jones. So I like the direction we're going in. I'm excited for training camp.
You know, there's a lot of excitement about the team, but naturally there's still some of that hangover, that carryover, because you guys were so close to moving on. Now, after the game, after the loss, you were a stand-up guy. You talked about the fumble and feeling like you let the team down. How have you personally dealt with that disappointment of having a bad play not go your way at the end?
Head on, not running from the situation, not being afraid of the opportunity ahead of me, and I think that's the only way you can do it. Obviously, I wish I could have that play back, but there's nothing I can do at this point. So you just gotta take it head on. You gotta go every day by day, grinding, doing the same thing that's got you here, and that's just how I approached it.
You know, obviously it's a big game, to lose the game in that fashion, but it's also against a bitter rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Talk a little bit about that rivalry that you guys have. It's been back and forth. It's very volatile. It's a lot of talking between both sides. What is that rivalry like? What is it like to play in a game like that?
Oh, it's fun. I think as football players, that's something you look forward to. As players, the competition, the rival, the grind, all that stuff. All the stuff that people build up. It's real. You can feel it as soon as you step on the field. So every time you get to play that team, it's a very special moment. You gotta try to make the most of it.
Now you've had a lot of special moments early in your career. Coming in, had an outstanding rookie campaign. Second year was not necessarily what some people thought. They thought you'd take the next step. Talk about what you've seen from yourself early in your career coming out of LSU.
Yeah, I think obviously my rookie year was a success. Last year was different for me. Starting the year off a little banged up. With some knee issues, but kind of getting my legs back underneath me towards the end of the season. So I'm just doing those things and battling, and our team was great, man. We started off 8-0, so you can't really complain. So that's where I was last year, but this year I know I got to step up, be the guy that my teammates know I can be and my coaches know I can be, and I'm ready for that.
I thought you could be an outstanding feature back. We can look at some of the video. But coming out of LSU, one of the things that I was very impressed with was not only your ability to run inside with power, toughness. I thought you had outstanding vision, balance, and body control. But I thought you caught the ball pretty well coming out the backfield. And in today's game, having a big back that can stay on the field for 3 downs, that's very, very special. When you look at yourself on tape, what do you think the strengths of your game are?
Yeah, I think those are definitely my strengths. I think I'm a great between the tackles runner. I'm a field guy, so the more carries I get, the more confidence I get, the more I feel like I can impose my will on defense. And I'm a underrated pass catcher. Obviously with Gio on our team, that's that's his thing, and I think he's the best third down back in the league. But that's just my opinion. But I can do all those things too. So I think my coaches are starting to see that. I'm starting to gain their trust back, and I'm excited for what they have for me this year.
We'll talk about that because you mentioned Gio Bernard. Young tandem, maybe one of the best running back tandems in the league. What is it like to share the load with a guy like Giovanni Bernard when both of you guys could be probably full-time backs? How are you able to be unselfish and kind of cede some of the carries and some of the opportunities to him?
It's fun, man. I think that it's competition. I think as athletes, that's all you can ask for going out there every Sunday is competition from your teammates and from the other team. And I think we both push each other and we both help each other out. Like, what'd you see? I saw this. How's this guy tackling? Just help each other out. Just anything to help our team win, but at the same time competing, pushing each other, to play to the best of our abilities. And I think, having him extended it made me so happy just knowing that he'll be there every day with me competing at practice. We compete every day, man. Practice, if a guy drops a ball, if a guy misses a cut, anything, we're on each other all the time. So that drives you every day to come to work every day with your hard hat on, ready to go.
Now, one of the guys who fostered that competitive environment is your former offensive coordinator, Hugh Jackson. Now you have Ken Zampese, who's in charge of the offense. Talk about some of the differences between the two offensive coordinators and how the offense may change with a new guy in charge.
Yeah, I think Ken is definitely a technique guy. He's all X's and O's. He wants you in the right spot at the right time, and I think for me, that's going to take my game to a new level. Just with everything, with knowing exactly my steps, footwork, everything, my dots, gap reads, everything. I think he's a stickler on all that stuff. He's going to make sure you know what you're supposed to be doing every day, and I think as football players that helps us. And so when you go out there, it's second nature, not thinking, oh well, what's I'm doing. It's just read, react, and going, and I think that's going to help me out a lot.
Yeah, They're still going to have some of the cute stuff, some of the creativity that Hugh Jackson liked to do, the oddball formations, unbalanced line. You think Zambezi retains some of that stuff and kind of add on to it?
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously we still have all that stuff in our offense, but I really don't know his direction of game planning and game calling until he kind of gets in there. So, but I'm excited, man. I think OTAs were great for me. Just getting my feedback out there, especially how my season ended last year, and being able to go out there, run the ball, catch the ball, run around, compete. It's fun, man. It's what I know. So I'm excited to get back out there and see what Coach Ken has for us.
Now, you mentioned losing two of your guys, Marvin Jones, Mohamed Sanu. But when I look at the roster, this offense is loaded. Andy Dalton at quarterback, A.J. Green on the outside. We talked about you and Giovanni. Tyler Eifert being a guy, some of the young guys. What are the expectations for this offense going into 2016?
I think they're higher. I think towards the end of the year, losing Andy, that kind of told us off a little bit. No, AJ did a great job stepping in there, but when you lose your leader, it's tough. Everyone has to step up, but having Andy back next year is going to be huge for us. And having the younger guys stepping up, our younger receivers, and bringing in a veteran like Brandon LaFell, I think guys who've been in this league and who's won Super Bowl. I think it's huge, and I think, like I said, I'm so excited for the opportunity.
Well, obviously, you guys have been to 5 straight playoffs. You've been there. You were close. What's the next step for the Cincinnati Bengals?
Staying healthy. I think my rookie year, we were missing AJ, Eifert, Gresham, Marvin Jones in the playoff game, and we had a ton of guys down. And last year, not having Andy. I think if we can just have everyone together, I think we can definitely accomplish our goals.
Okay, now can I write this down? Cincinnati Bengals in Super Bowl 51. Can I put that down? Can I put that? Can I put that in pen, or do I need to put it in pencil?
I won't go that far right now, but we're definitely excited for that opportunity.
Well, look, we're excited for you. I'm excited to watch you bounce back from that disappointing loss in the playoffs. But the future is bright for the Cincinnati Bengals. The future is bright for Jeremy Hill. Make sure we check out Jeremy Hill. Make sure we hit him at Twitter. What's your Twitter handle?
Jeremy Hill 33.
All right, make sure we get some new followers from my man. That's it from the Move Sticks podcast. Make sure you check us out. We got more content. Got my man coming through. Be with us.